So an issue that's gradually ravaging the southeastern part of Nigeria. Though all spheres of the society do feel the brunt of insecurity. But recently, the southeastern parts of Nigeria, in the past, the southeastern parts of Nigeria used to be a haven where people do have time to go merry, especially during the Yuletide period. It's a place where a lot of people do wish to be, because there's always so much fun being in the southeastern part of Nigeria. I did school there also in the southeastern part, and I know how comfortable that place used to be. But recently, we've been hearing spirit of insecurity, self-determined agitators, socio-economic impact being affected, and also kidnapping, and so many of the other issues have become the order of the day. Joining me this morning to take a critical look at the factors that led to where we are in the southeastern part of Nigeria is Barrister Sonny Anyao. It's a pleasure to have you this morning.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Good morning, Nigerians.
Yeah, so much has been happening right there. I just mentioned how the southeastern part of Nigeria used to be 15, 10, 20 years ago. But right now, we talked about self-determined agitators taking all over the place, insecurity, kidnapping. Some people recently, some workers of Super Sport were going to Akwa Ibom State, and they were kidnapped somewhere close to the border, talking about Hiala area of that part of the east. Take us through what it used to be, and how did you get to where we are now?
Oh, thank you very much, my dear. The southeast used to be a safe haven in terms of business, politics, religion, and everything. But recently, it has turned to a war zone. That you going to the southeast, you just have to have your heart in your hand and be praying to God, because you don't know what is going to happen to you the next minute. However, one of this main reason why this thing has gone so far, so bad. We talk about kidnapping. In the southeast, kidnapping is just like you entering the supermarket to buy a bread. Because we talk about the Hiala. What of Enugu? Between Nsukka and Enugu, how many people died? They kidnap people. Yet you have police checkpoint. Almost every 100 meters. 100 meters. But at the end, in between those checkpoints, they middle them, they would stay there and kidnap. A lot of people who travel from Abuja to Enugu lost their life. Then we go to Enugu, it's the same thing. You go to, in fact, you don't even go to Imo State. Imo State is just like Afghanistan.
That's serious.
And the governor, of course, our political leaders are not doing anything there. So it's just like Afghanistan. There is problem in the southeast. And I wish the federal government will hear me. There is problem, when I talk about problem, there is problem in the southeast. People are dying in their numbers. We're not talking about hunger, economy, leave that one. We're not asking government, give us water, give us road. No. Give us security. I traveled this December with my family. I know what I saw on the road. Of course, you can't go by air. It's of course. So a lot of problem. While you're going, police will just say, "Oh, okay, be careful. As you are going past this bush, this or that way, they block there. Who are the people? Kidnappers."
Wow.
So it is just like it's just like going to church. You wake up in the morning, you dress, you go to church. That is how kidnapping is. Robbery, all sort of agitation. This one come up with this agitation, this one come up with this agitation. But the only problem, like I say, and I keep on saying it, once the federal government take the bull by the horn by releasing Nnamdi Kanu, I am telling you, as I speak to you now, everything will go down. A lot of people who say, hey, they are doing this because of this, they are doing this. So if you release Nnamdi Kanu, we will now know who is doing. So if someone come to block your road, you know that this is an armed robber, pursue him, you can get him, deal with him, give him jungle justice there. But keeping Nnamdi Kanu in prison, it is a minus to the federal government. The federal government does not know. The federal government does not know.
Okay, before I delve more into the Nnamdi Kanu saga and everything, let's take a look at what the Southeast was before Nnamdi Kanu came aboard. You know, we talked about Nnamdi Kanu, but let's focus on, let's first look at the level of insecurity when it comes to governance. Take a look at Anambra State. Charles Oludo, former CBN governor, now the governor of the state. And a lot of people, we know what was happening before he came into power. And a lot of people thought probably he would have taken security to be serious. And we get security vote from the federal government. What are they using that for? We talked about Imo State, the same scenario. We look at what is happening in Enugu. The government has set up a force to see how they can come up with. And they even set up a group called Ebubiago. To see how they can really. Oh yeah, this is not happening. We know what we used to when we used to have the Bakassi boys. How they did, but that was the case of robbery and stuff like that. But they were able to really handle that issue. Does it not show sign of more seriousness on the part of people who are supposed to be the leaders, not really paying lip service to insecurity? Because we may be calling on federal government, but what about the state government, the state actors?
Well, I think, as far as I'm concerned, the bulk of this insecurity in the country stops on the President Tinubu's table.
Okay.
If you call the governor, look, I don't want this to happen. I don't want this to happen. Put pressure on the governors. They will do it. What some of these governors, in fact, they are gaining from this. There's no security in Anambra State where Soludo is. There's no security in Anambra State. I can't just, maybe if I'm blessed today and I have a good car and for me to drive around Anambra State, am I mad? It means I want to waste my life.
Wow.
This is not proper. It is not done. You can't get out except you have security. You have policemen, soldiers, and the rest following you, which is not possible. So there's no security in Anambra. We talk about it, there's no security. Imo State is even worse. If you watch Hope Uzodinma, he operates from Abuja. He goes to Abuja almost every day with his private jet. He's not doing anything in Imo State. People are dying in their number. In their number, people are dying. There's nothing happening in Imo State. Most of his House of Assembly members are all in Abuja. They will just go there. Sometimes they even sit there and send the tape to Imo State to go and play. They will sit here. Their family, themselves, they are all here in Abuja. And there are a lot of them who are here.
Yeah, why do you keep putting up people who are absent governors at the helms of affairs? Because you just talked about, we don't know what's also happening in North. Most of the governors spend their time in Abuja. Yeah. They are not even connecting with the people at the local level. So they are not concerned about, why do you keep keeping these kind of people in the audience of affairs?
And do we elect them? Did anybody elect Hope Uzodinma? Don't you know how his election?
The case was adjudged by the Supreme Court that is the winner.
Okay, I don't want to talk about the Supreme Court. You know, I'm a lawyer, so I don't want to go there. Okay. But all I know is me and you know what happened. So leave what Supreme Court said. Me and you know what happened. Did Hope Uzodinma win the election? Both first and second? Did he? He's holding on his people, on the people. And you can see recently, is he doing anything? He's celebrating with his wife. Is it Jubilee or whatever he's doing with his wife? You see them dancing and the rest. That is just all he can do. There's nothing to it. He's not in Imo State to know what is happening. He's here in Abuja. If you know his house now, if you go to his house and go and knock now, you see Hope Uzodinma in his house. Here in Abuja. He does not stay there. So how does he know about the insecurity? So if they are killing themselves there, it's not his business.
Okay. Now let's get to the Nnamdi Kanu issue that you mentioned. Yes. You talked about if federal government releasing Nnamdi Kanu, all the major problems you are having in Southeast will be reduced to the barest minimum. One of the reasons why Nnamdi Kanu is also incarcerated is the fact that there are some self-determined agitators that were taking advantage of what Nnamdi Kanu was trying to do, and in the process fomenting troubles. And federal government may feel at this point in time, let's take this man out to really be able to reduce that to the barest minimum. Because that was the reason. What you are saying, releasing Nnamdi Kanu may put an end to the insecurity. How do you just oppose this?
Now, Nnamdi Kanu, whether you like it or not, has become an institution in Igbo land. Nnamdi Kanu, one, before the incarceration, Nnamdi Kanu agitation was peaceful. Now, you will not see Nnamdi Kanu with a pin or a stick. Self-agitation is not a crime. Sunday Igboho did it. Where is he today? Is he not moving around? Is he not in his house enjoying? Nothing. There are other agitation in the north. What happened to them? There are a lot of agitation. Why is Nnamdi Kanu own? Why is it own special? Why do you keep Nnamdi Kanu when he has not done anything? You went to Kenya and kidnapped him down here and put him in the cooler. Is it proper? It's not so. Nnamdi Kanu has not done anything. But again, too, I blame our southeast political leaders.
Yeah.
If they have put pressure on the president, recently the president went to Enugu State to commission whatever project, whatever is commissioned. And the people there came there smiling with their white teeth, praising him to high heaven. Instead of to ask him one thing, please, sir, releasing them the card for us. If that agitation was to be there, even the governors who came to receive him and the rest, and other political leaders there, X and both 7 and they would have asked him, sir, releasing them the card. If Tinubu sees maybe wherever in the hall, wherever he was entertained, you see agitation, please releasing them the card. You look right, please releasing them the card. You look left, please releasing them the card. The pressure will be on him. But our political leaders, the Southeast political, are getting from it. We don't want to release Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is somebody who can talk to the Southeast about insecurity. If he comes to address the people, that is the end.
Do you think Nnamdi Kanu has the listening ear of the populace? So
Nnamdi is so popular more than any other leader in the Igbo land.
But where are some of the sayings of Nnamdi Kanu that instigate one part of the country against the other? Is that not reason for the government to say this man must be incarcerated?
No, Nnamdi Kanu has not instigated. It's self-determination, like I said. Sunday Igboho is doing it, and he's still doing it. Nothing happened to him. Why? They should detain him to go to the road. There are people doing it there. Carry them and detain them. We know that you balance it. Release Nnamdi Kanu and address. This marginalization. We need to address that issue. Nothing will happen. The Igbo man does not want a problem. And then after the civil war, no Igbo man wants to go to war. Everybody is looking for chasing money.
But for people like you, you know what the impact of war could be like. And you never. But we have some young people who are clamoring for war. They don't really understand
because
how do you get across?
They have not released Nnamdi Kanu and listen. Call me again and ask me if there's anybody. Nobody will do that again. That will be the end. If I wish the federal government that I have opportunity to meet with the Tinubu, I wish it is possible, but I know it's going to be possible. But I wish he's listening to me now because this is a national television.
Yeah.
And if he listens to me and he takes the bull by the horn and releases Nnamdi Kanu, I am telling you, in the southeast, there will not be insecurity. We will not concentrate in the other region. There will be no insecurity again. And they come to address the people. Nnamdi Kanu is what the people. When you talk about the Igbo land or the southeast, southeast, it is Nnamdi Kanu we know. No other political leader will come and talk, and will listen to. People will listen to him.
Okay.
But I was in Enugu everywhere. Nnamdi Kanu. Release Nnamdi Kanu. Release that man. When you release that young man, I can assure you, there will be no problem in the southeast. All the insecurity you have been seeing there, all of them. Look, I'm not saying that they are going to eradicate all of them, but it will go down to the barest minimum. But
let's take a look at some of the things Nnamdi Kanu were agitating for. You talked about it can have a ricocheting effect on the security situation in the southeastern part of Nigeria. But we talked about the Biafra country. We know that we want a one unified country. Nnamdi Kanu was agitating for a Biafra nation. But we've seen instances where states go through a situation, a referendum, where they call, okay, let us put this in vote if they continue. But then the Kanu did not go through that process. The way it was going was also causing a lot of fracas within the system. And you are saying that this man will solve the problem of insecurity. And well, we also know some of the things he was saying was also instigating some certain youth to also take over. Look at the part of the some of the agitations on the economic situation in the southern part of Nigeria. To that extent, it got to a point where some particular days were locked from people going to their various businesses because of the agitations. And you want that to continue.
If you watch what actually gave rise to the agitation from Nnamdi Kanu is marginalization. When you marginalize a particular ethnic group, the Southeast, in terms of appointment, and a Southeast man cannot be the president of Nigeria. Is it done? So like if I say a riverman cannot be president of Nigeria, is it done?
Is there any rule to that effect?
There's no rule, but it just.
But as the Southeast come together enough to say, okay, this is our candidate. That's it. But let's not delve too much into it. But we can talk about the Peter Obi saga, how it all went down. But we know that at times the Southeastern people have never really come together to say, this is our candidate. Because politics is a game of numbers. You must also be able to partner with other regions to be able to get the things done. But these are some of the issues that has also been developed in the Southeast.
It is not true. The Southeast has been in one block in terms of choosing a leader.
Okay.
You remember when Tinubu came up?
Yeah.
Was Tinubu the only Yoruba man that contested?
No.
Osubanjo was the vice president.
Yeah.
He contested heavily.
At the primary level.
At the primary level. When he was defeated, now they gave it to Tinubu.
Yes.
Now that's that surrender.
Yeah.
No, is it not possible for the Yoruba nation to come back and say, okay, this is the man we want, Tinubu? No, they did not come back to say. All of people was just it was level playing ground for people to come and contest. So at the end of the day, Tinubu won in the primaries in the APC, and the others that supported him. So the same way. And if you watch that, the emergence of Tinubu, if you watch what Obono said in that convention,
yeah.
He came up to the podium and cried of injustice. And Buhari was there. Was there looking, feeling guilty. You can see it in his face. Because it was the time was okay, give it to this particular, they did not. They did not decide to give it to whatever game they played. So what I'm trying to say is this: it is some of this marginalization that has given rise to this agitation. Now, if Nnamdi Kanu, go and meet him, as far as whether you like it or not, Nnamdi is a political leader. He's the political leader of Igbo land. You go and meet him, negotiate.
But he's not a politician. How can he be a political
leader? When I mean political leader, I will not call him my father.
Okay. But I don't think he has the kind of influence that Odumegwu had when he.
Odumegwu is no more alive.
Yeah.
So but somebody must enter the shoe. The man who has entered the shoe is Nnamdi Kanu. So the best way is for the federal government to dialogue with him. Sit down in the round table. Okay, this is it. Please, this is the no-go area. This is the place. Okay, what are you saying? Marginalization. We're going to address it. We're going to do this. We're going to, and the president come out on air and say, we have addressed this issue of marginalization. Appointment is given to this, given to this. This. Well, after doing that, and you now releasing Nnamdi Kanu, do you think there will be any problem? There will not be any problem.
But you think he's going to stop the agitation for the Biafra nation? Do you think Nnamdi Kanu ever stop that?
Even if he does not stop it, it will. I mean, the agitation now will be so down. It will not be. You see people, okay, in the crowd. You see one or two persons making noise. It will not be a big voice. It will just one person making noise in the crowd, in a cloud like this. But what I'm trying to say, losing Nnamdi Kanu is the key to Nigeria economic growth, whether you like it or not. If you lose Nnamdi Kanu, you will see the economy will pick up.
Kidnapping will stop?
Kidnapping will stop. I'm not saying that it may not be 100%, but if it is reduced to 10%, the security agency can manage it. Unlike what it is now. Okay. Almost 90 to 100%.
Let me have your take on Samuel Ekpa. Since Samuel Ekpa has also been incarcerated right there in Finland, the level of agitations in the southeast has also reduced. Haven't you noticed that?
It's not true.
Because from Finland, he's been fomenting trouble, instigating the IPOB, doing all sorts of things. But can you say that there is a level of reduction in what is happening in the south when it comes to that?
Continue keeping Nnamdi Kanu gave rise to someone like Samuel Ekpa.
But now Samuel Ekpa is incarcerated.
He's under detention in Finland.
Yeah.
But has he ended the whole thing?
Haven't you noticed there's a reduction?
There's no
reduction. The level of agitation.
I said I was in Enugu State.
Yeah.
He said, what's about reduction? People are dying in their numbers. Say reduction.
But do you subscribe to what Samuel Ekpa is doing?
I may not totally subscribe when people will be killed. I don't subscribe to it. Yeah. But where I blame the federal government, if you are releasing Nnamdi Kanu, then let me see if the likes of Samuel Ekpa will now speak. Nobody will listen to, will now face and listen to Nnamdi Kanu. And he's an intelligent young man. If you haven't met with him, he's an intelligent young man. He's not the violent, the way people paint him. If you release him, Nigeria will break into 10 pieces, 100 pieces. It's not true. That man is an intelligent young man. Federal government can dialogue with him. There's nothing dialogue cannot do. If you dialogue with him, then at the end of the day, you see, Nigeria will move forward. You can see every Monday, people don't do anything in the southeast.
Yeah, which is very bad.
Is it not killing on the economy of this country?
It's really.
It is. People, you see some people going to, children go to school on Saturday to make up on Monday. Even some on Sundays. write the exam on Sundays and the rest, which is not supposed to be. Why not take the bull by the horn? If I'm the president of Nigeria, if I'm Tinubu today, the first thing I will do, maybe before ending of February, is to release Nnamdi Kanu as a gift to the Southeast.
But you talked about the federal government releasing Kanu. You also talked about the mistakes on the part of the governors on the state. They have not really pushed their case on why Nnamdi Kanu should also be released. If the governors cannot do that, you will not be difficult for the federal government to say we are going to release Kanu. If the governors cannot give guarantee that these are the factors, these are the things that are going to happen, you will just see that there's a problem somewhere.
Do you know why the governor cannot do it?
Yeah.
All of them are political jobbers. If you are in your first tenure and you start shouting releasing Nnamdi Kanu, before you know it, they will not use APC to replace you. Then you are still there. Immediately, they will use APC to replace you. So all of them are now, they are just greedy, self-centered individual. Look, when you talk about the Southeast as a whole, the only person working in that Southeast is Peter Mba. But he's a silent achiever. He does not make noise.
Yeah.
He doesn't make noise. He does it. If you go, you see the transformation he's doing in Enugu State. That is why the president came to commission this. If you see the international conference that was abandoned for years, when I was a young man, the man has completed it. The presidential hotel, where you see rats and everything, people, snakes and rats were just living there. The man now has expanded it and completed it. Those are things Tinubu went to commission and the rest. But nobody told Tinubu, sir, release. That was why I faulted the Peter Mba. At the end of his address, maybe the last line would have been, sir, in the name of God, please release Nnamdi Kanu to us. Let him release Nnamdi Kanu. If the president releases Nnamdi Kanu, he will see, look, the economy of this country will peak number one. This dollar you are talking about that is climbing up every day, at least will come down. Whether I like it or not, okay, people who are importing from to Nigeria, they go to Benin Republic. They go to Benin Republic, put their goods there and bring it to the country. This is supposed to be. We will have a functioning seaport and the rest. We're supposed to use it here and make the money. But this is not, the revenue is now going to another country to develop their country. So there's a problem.
Okay. Last line before we wrap up this segment, we talk beside the Nnamdi Kanu saga, but we also talk about empowerment of the youth in the southeastern parts of. Do you think the government of the day are doing enough to also creatively enable the environment, to also give the opportunity to diversify into other areas that can really engage the youth in the southeastern part?
The government is not doing enough. The government of the day is not doing enough. The youth are just there surviving on their own. That's all. That's all I can. It's not that the government is encouraging. There's nothing I did. Okay, they are encouraging. Will it be in Abuja to be encouraging people in the Nimo State? Or Soludo who is looking for second tenure to encourage the youth? You will not. I'll be the stooge of Ebonyi State governor, who is the stooge of Works and Housing Minister. What is that? His name? Dave Umahi. He cannot do anything without they call him and say, do this, do that. So they are not empowering any youth. The youth are just surviving on their own and by the grace of God.
Okay. I must say a big thank you to you, Barrister Sonny Ayahu, for joining us this morning. He's a legal practitioner right there. I'll give you talking about the southeastern part, insecurity situation right there. Let's hope that government will really pay heed to some of the things they said, and let's see how that will bring an end to reduce to the barest minimum the correct insecurity situation in the southeastern part of Nigeria. So much from the Abuja Network Studio. We'll go back to our Benin Network Studio for more on the discussion on this morning on ITV.